In HTML, we have many different elements or tags. These elements are placed next to each other in the form of a tree and create a valid HTML document or page. The HTML tag represents the root of an HTML document. Hello everyone, welcome again. In this lecture, we're gonna explain the HTML element. But before anything, we must ensure that we have the right tools. Most importantly, we need an HTML editor. So, we have to download and install a text editor. There are many choices and feel free to use any text editor you want, but we recommended the VS Code editor. Okay, for downloading VS Code, open your preferred web browser and go to code.visualstudio.com. Here, we're on the Visual Studio Code website. As you can see, it's a free, open source and cross-platform code editor developed by Microsoft. To download VS Code, choose the appropriate version for your system and simply click on the download button. After the download is completed, install VS Code. In this step, we suggest selecting all of these options. Once the installation is finished, you're ready to start coding with VS Code. Alright, let's create a folder named HTML tutorial. Now, let's open it by the VS Code. Okay, here, close this tab, uncheck this option, and finally close this tab as well. Now, click on the File menu, choose Open Folder, navigate to the HTML tutorial folder directory, and click on Select Folder. Okay, select this option and click the Yes button. Alright, next, let's add an HTML file named index. Every HTML file must have a special extension for web browsers to recognize them as an HTML document. This extension is either .htm or .html. In this course, we use .html. Alright, to make VS Code appear larger, let's zoom in. We hope this size is suitable for your reading. Okay, we have an HTML file. Now, let's add a valid HTML document to this file. As we mentioned, each HTML document must begin with a doc-type declaration. This declaration is not an HTML tag or element. It's an information to the browser about the version or standard of HTML. In HTML5, the declaration is simple. Let's say angle brackets, exclamation mark, followed by doc-type, and then HTML. Okay, the first tag in every HTML document is HTML tag. It's the root element in the HTML document and is used as a container that holds all the HTML content for the entire document. To add it to our HTML document, first we have to learn how to create an HTML element. Most HTML elements, including the HTML tag, have three main parts. Opening tag, which consists of the name of the element wrapped in opening and closing angle brackets. This states where the element begins to take effect. In this case, let's say opening angle bracket, HTML, closing angle bracket. The second part is the closing tag. This is the same as the opening tag, except that it includes a forward slash before the element name. This states where the element ends. Okay, let's say opening angle bracket, forward slash, HTML, closing angle bracket. Okay, the third part is the content of the element. In this case, the content is the head and body elements. Alright, it's worth noting that the difference between tag and element in HTML is that the opening and closing tags are the HTML tags, whereas the combination of the opening tag, closing tag and content forms the HTML element. Alright, now it's time to open this document in the browser. In order to do this, we should use an extension named LiveServer. We can access the VS Code extensions by clicking on this icon. Here, as you can see, there are many extensions available to enhance the functionality of the VS Code. To find the LiveServer extension, in this box, search for LiveServer. Now, to download and install the extension, click on the Install button. Once the extension is installed, we can start using the LiveServer feature. To open this HTML document with the LiveServer, simply right-click on the file and select Open with LiveServer option. As you can see, we successfully opened our HTML document at this address. However, since we don't have any content in the body element, the page is empty. Alright, the HTML element, like other elements, can have different attributes. Attributes contain extra information about the element that we don't want to appear in the actual content. We can add an attribute to an element by the attribute name followed by an equal sign, and the attribute value wrapped by opening and closing quotation marks. Alright, as we said, specifying the lang attribute for the HTML tag is very important. This attribute sets the primary language for the document. To achieve this, let's add this attribute by its name, equal sign, and en-us value. Okay, done. We covered the basics of HTML programming, including preparing the requirements and creating HTML elements. See you in the next lecture.